The time value of money can have a huge effect on the amount of money you gain or lose. Garrison the Third from Preservation Financial Group is here to explain why knowing the time value of money can be imperative so that you do not lose money. Davis, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you.
Yes, so tell me a little bit about why it's so important for people to know and be educated on the time value of money.
Well, this mostly applies to buy and hold, the concept of buy and hold in the market. And we've even got a graphic that we can show a man and a woman, both age 40, starting out with $100,000. And the man loses $50,000 in a matter of months, which is typical when an economic bubble bursts. So as you can see, at age 40, the man has $50,000, the woman has $100,000. At age 50, the man has $1,000, what's called an accountant's rule of 72. And this is assuming that they make 7% per year through this whole span of 30 years. You divide 7 into 72 and it actually comes out to 10.2 years.
Oh, wow.
But 10 years is appropriate, it's approximate, but it gets the point across. But as you can see, at age 50, the man has $100,000, the woman has $200,000. 60, the man has $200,000, the woman has $400,000. At age 70, the woman has $400,000, the woman has $800,000. Now, did the man make a $50,000 mistake or a $400,000 mistake?
Well, I think looking at that, I would say a $400,000 mistake.
That's correct. He's at $400,000, which is a good gain, but he's nowhere close to her $800,000 that she's made. And the point of the whole exercise is to not lose money. And can we do this? We do it every day of the week.
Well, and I think it's so important to realize that what you do now can affect what you have in the future, as we just saw in that chart.
Very drastically, yes.
Yeah. And so I think what's so important too is that people need to come to you and talk to you on ways that you can invest or ways that you can really protect your money so that you can end up with, you know, the $800,000 amount instead of the $400,000.
Exactly.
Right. And so what would you suggest people do in order to protect their money, in order to make sure that they watch the value of money over time?
We have strategies and vehicles that do not take part in any downside market movements. And that's essential. You're basically creating a private pension for retirement, which pensions have gone south because employers in the early 80s decided to adopt 401ks. That shifts the investment risk from the employer to the employee.
And so what's so important too is for those people who maybe are not educated that well on the time value of money or on the stocks or the economy as much, that's where you all can come into play, right?
Exactly. We even have a vendor right now that through the 17th of September at midnight is offering a 30% bonus on everything that you put in the program.
And as we just saw, it is so important to kind of take those steps now. You know, we saw at we saw at age 40 that they each had $100,000, and look at what it can become. You know, with a large amount of money, but then also look at what could happen if you don't invest wisely.
Exactly. And last Wednesday or Thursday marked the longest running bull market in history.
Wow.
And on average, historically, we have a recession every 5 to 7 years.
I was going to say, how long does a bull market usually run?
We are concerned right now.
Yeah, it's could be coming soon, but that's why it's so important to make those smart decisions
I can't tell you what's going to happen 5 minutes from now.
Yeah. No one knows, right?
No.
No one knows. Well, Davis, thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Thank you for explaining this. It's such an important concept, and especially with that graph, can really kind of paint the picture for us. Make sure you go and talk to Davis or the rest of his employees at Preservation Financial Group. They're right there off of Sunset Drive in Johnson City. You can give them a call or go to preservationfinancialgroup.net.
The preceding portion of Daytime Tri-Cities was sponsored by